lot of investors focus on maybe a specific metropolitan market, but we're a little bit different. We actually market and buy and flip and sell across the state of Wyoming. But to do that and be in multiple towns, we depend on partnerships and working with like connected local agents who know the market, who have boots on the ground. They know the ins and outs. They know what properties you're going to sell for. They know what properties to stay away from that aren't going to sell. They help you out a ton. We're sitting here with JR. The other cool thing I wanted to share is sometimes these agents will bring us deals to where they got a house that they need to move quick or that they can't sell, and maybe it needs repairs, maybe there's some financial issues with the seller, but they got to get out of it. So a lot of different ways we collaborate. How's it work on your guys' side, JR?
It's been great, Casey. We've really enjoyed it because it gives us homes that you guys have gone in, Joe and your crew have gone in, and it's new. I mean, it's new inside, so it's fresh. And I've actually have agents that are asking me, what do you got coming up next? Do you have something in the 275? You got something in the 425? I need a single level. So the word's getting around in our local market, and they're asking me what's coming up next. So that's great.
Awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, because we're able to find typical properties, and that's what's cool too, is like we'll get a lot of properties that we'll find through our marketing channels, and I'll kind of talk to these sellers and figure out what's best for them. But what's really nice is I can connect them with JR, and JR can get out there and he can give these sellers two different options, right? We can say, hey, here's your cash offer if you got to move quick and sell quick, or if you got a little more time and can list on the market, then they can work with JR. How's that been working?
That's been working good. As we were talking earlier, I didn't think people would sell their houses for cash. When you said to put a sign out or put an advertising out. But I'm seeing the advantage to it because it takes the emotional part of it out for the seller. They know they've got a price and a deadline that they can move on with their life. Then your guys can come in and fix it up. So it works well not only for the seller, but it works well for the community because it's giving us fresh property at a price that we can market to help people get into it.
That's cool, yeah. And the last kind of cool thing we've been doing is, so there's kind of two anchors, right? So the cash offer and then listing on the market. But we've been collaborating and kind of finding the middle ground. So somebody might have a house that needs repairs or is not ready to list on the market, but they don't want to do the cash offer price because that number doesn't work for them. So what we'll work together to do is we'll actually get our crews to come in and we'll fix up the house to where it can be marketable and they can get top dollar. So then it's kind of, our team is able to, like, we can generate some revenue, the seller gets to sell at top dollar, and then you guys are able to get a listing and help them out and get top dollar. Have those been working well too?
Yeah, that's an option because not everybody's ready to do it at that time. So it is working out well. We're seeing more and more people because as the market's changing, people are looking at their option.
That's a great point though, JR, just segue there. What have you been seeing in the local shared market lately?
I tell my clients that fishing season's over.
Yeah.
Fishing season was 21, 22, some of 22, 2021 and a little bit of 22. So now we get realistic. So we encourage them not to start out high, to start out at a realistic price, but be ready to move down until we find that sweet spot or where it's going to sell. We've been able to work with you on the last couple of properties and hit the mark, and actually not trying to market it to where we get a bidding war, but we were actually able to get a little more than what we wanted for it, so that was good.
So it seems like the higher price points, we're seeing some reductions, a little bit more volatile, but still that price range, what would you say, from say 200 to 400 is still moving quick?
It is, yeah, it is. And again, because you guys come in and you make it look really nice, Joe and you guys do a great job.
Thank you. Well, yeah, and it's an affordable price point, right? There's a lot of people who can afford that. That's one thing we always try to do is we try to stay in that zone where there's the most buyers, because like even we were talking this house we're at today, these ones can scare me a little more where you're up 700,000-800,000 because there's only so many buyers and they're very picky. But yeah, we like to zone in on that zone right there, 200,000 to 400,000. The other thing is if we can't sell it, we can keep it as a rental. So we got always two exit strategies. Well, thanks, JR. This is good stuff.
Great. Thanks, Casey.